Mr. David Hull, the most famous pastor in the city of Detroit.
Yeah, no, nowhere near that. Let's talk about some things that are non-free agency for a quick minute because some newsworthy things happen. First, Aaron Donald. He has announced his retirement after a great 10-year Hall of Fame career, multiple All-Pros, multiple Pro Bowls, Defensive Player of the Years. I mean, he's probably the greatest player in the 2014 draft, right? Detroit Lions?
Yeah, and again, he wasn't the same player. He was still good, but he wasn't Aaron Donald. We also talked about last year there were rumors of retirement. He's made the money. He's won the Super Bowl. He's got his health. I have nothing to say on it. First ballot, unanimous Hall of Famer, and thanks for playing.
Yeah, because when you already start talking retirement, you've retired. Your heart's not in it anymore. That's how you get injured.
Yeah.
It was time for him to go. I thought last year was just a stretch, maybe okay, let's try to run it back. I owe it to you guys. But I think after last year ended, he knew, I don't want to do this anymore. The passion is gone. I have a Hall of Fame career. I want to end on a high note. I don't want to be one of those athletes that stick around and hang around 5 years too long.
Franco Harris, Seahawks.
Yes.
Please don't bring that up.
Oh, it's just fun. It's all.
Let's bring this up, though, because a trade happened today, a trade that you would normally see either days before the draft or on draft day. But the Vikings now have 2 first-round picks. They have traded their second-round pick, their sixth-round pick, and a second-round pick next year to receive the number 23rd overall pick from the Houston Texans. So they now have 2 first-round picks, number 11 and number 23.
Here's what it does, because I know what you're going to ask. It takes out of the equation having to give up next year's first-round pick. That's what this does. So 11 and 23 can move you inside the top 5 because now reports are coming out. They are all in. They have 2 quarterbacks they want. One of them presumably is JJ. And I'm praying to God they call the Giants at 6 and help us.
You take those 2 picks?
Yeah. The Giants have so many needs. No, and again, I'm fine with JJ. But Rico, we've talked about it. I have nothing. My team is bereft of talent. Well, I think Minnesota is going out and trying to get an elite QB.
They are. But, David, when you told me this morning on our phone conversation, I'm still wondering, well, what did the Texans get out of this? I understand because I thought, okay, well, I asked you, who was the player they threw in there? Well, there was no player. They just swapped out picks. It seems like the Texans got fleeced. And, Mike, you said, well, no, because the draft is really front-loaded and nothing on the back. That's one less year you have to pay somebody. So it just seems I don't get it.
What, the Texans got paid to move back and got an extra second-round pick
for next year.
That's it. I mean, look. Hey, man, I don't hate it. And for Minnesota, we said it.
Minnesota, it makes total sense.
Right. So, like, they needed the ammo to move up. Well, here it is. Go ahead, David. Sorry. Hello?
I'm sorry. Evan's giving me breaking news here.
Oh, guys, my bad.
Yeah. Josina Anderson is being told that the Eagles are working to trade for quarterback Kenny Pickett.
Why?
What do you have to trade? A box of cookies or something?
I'll take anything.
Does somebody mow your lawn?
Give me the cookies, yes.
Why would Philly want Kenny Pickett?
I have no idea.
I think you get Radio Shack coupons.
Yeah, Joe Bucks. Hold on.
Radio and Blockbuster.
Right. David, I want to say this respectfully. I don't even know if that qualifies as breaking news.
He comes running in here. I'm thinking it was something else, but whatever.
Sorry.
Kenny Pickett goes to the Eagles possibly. We'll see if it's right. It's Josina Anderson.
For what?
Nothing yet. He just says
I'm saying, what will he do at the Eagles?
Sit on the end
Change
of the bench.
The position?
Give sandwiches to Jalen Hurts.
Position change?
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
Let's move on.
As the backup QB?
Just the peak of disrespect, Kenny.
Let's move here to the Bears. So a lot of things happening in the Lions division that Lions fans should pay attention to because the Bears traded a 4th-round pick for Keenan Allen last night.
Yeah, that happened late last night.
Yeah, they approached him about a pay cut, just like they did Mack and Bosa, and he said no. And immediately the next day, they traded him to the Bears. The Bears are getting better. They just got to make a decision on the quarterback.
I have mixed emotions on this.
Okay.
One. On paper, the player who he is, you go, wow, him and DJ Moore, that's really nice.
They got bodies there.
Here's your issue. Man, is he old. And at some point, I know he's a rock of consistency. See, Lions fans, I talk this way about everybody's players. I get worried at this stage of his career. When he falls, he's going to fall off a cliff. So I don't, it's like a 1-year move because I have no way of projecting anywhere into the future with him.
So he's going to go full Sean Alexander?
I don't.
Just go Hall of Famer to nothing.
Something for you. My childhood. It's called Rodney Hampton. From a Pro Bowler to a pumpkin. One training camp.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this next story, maybe this receiver is going to from a pumpkin to a Pro Bowler because the Chiefs brought in Hollywood Brown. 1 year, $7 million.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
How dare you? Let Andy cook. Don't you know what he's brought us? I don't like it either. Here's the deal. We love the Chiefs, and you love Pat Mahomes. They have not really been successful bringing in wide receivers. The Juju Smith-Schuster thing did not work. Kadarius Toney did not work. Sky Moore didn't work. You keep trying, but Hollywood Brown, here's your problem. Refuses to run block. Will not sacrifice his body. And he is a very, very, basic route runner. Now, you want to tell me they want him to just run 9 routes and let Mahomes bomb it? Fine. I'm not going crazy over this signing. That's a Madden signing. That's not a real-life thing.
I still think that they're probably going to take one of those Texas receivers with that final pick of the first round.
A.D. Mitchell?
That's going to be their number 1, and Hollywood ends up becoming their number 2 receiver.
Okay. All right. How about at number 3? You show me Rashee Rice, someone else, Kelsey, then Hollywood. Then you got me.
Okay.
So the Browns have made a hiring to their coaching staff.
Yes.
They have hired Mike Vrabel.
I like it.
He is going to be the coaching and personnel consultant for the Browns.
I'm good with it. Really good defensive mind, powerful personality, knows the entire AFC inside and out. If he gives you some guidance or some tip or some boost to a game plan, it's worth it.
And he knows Jim Schwartz well.
Right.
So
All it costs is money. It doesn't matter. I'll never have a problem bringing a man who will be a head coach 2025.
Still trying to figure out what Pittsburgh got back in that trade.
Will you let it go?
It says pick swap, but it's not telling me what picks, where they are, what year.
David, it's Kenny Pickett. Pick your nose.
7th round pick swap in the year 2033.
So I want to know if you like this deal here.
Wow.
Because earlier in the week, the Texans traded for Joe Mixon. Well, they have decided to extend him.
Hate it.
3-year deal worth $27 million.
Don't like it at all. You have Dameon Pierce. He took the job from Singletary. Then he lost it. You know, I don't know. Why not draft a back? Pair him with Pierce and move forward for $10. Instead, they're paying a running back $9 million a year, and he's at the end of his prime. I'm you know my drill.
Don't pay running backs.
I guess you know what? It depends. Is this one of those deals where he gets a lot of guaranteed money up front, and if we can bail on this contract in year 2 if this doesn't work out? If that's the case, I'm all right with that because it's just for show. It's not a real 3-year deal.
Well, I'm all right with it because they're not paying their quarterback yet. So you can spend the money elsewhere. If they want to do it on the running back, fine. They got.
You're hoping that Mixon comes in angry because he got left.
Very true.
He did all of this work for the Bengals, and the Bengals just said thank you for doing those, helping us out with your salary
Thank you
and
for
the
being a friend.
contracts,
Bye-bye.
and you really helped us out. You can leave now.
Great Golden Girls reset. Good for you.
So Kenny Pickett, are you happy, David?
I told you that Russell was going to be the starter. That's all I have to say. I told you. It was no competing. He had the
That
gig.
bar is not high.
You guys are obsessed with this story.
I will get his jersey now. Russell Wilson. Let's go. And that is in football today.